Good morning E39 source, it's Paolo here from the UK with my 2001 530i. I thought I'd just give you a quick update, actually a summer update, to show you what I've done externally and internally to the car. You can probably notice one of them already. The fact the car's been lowered actually by 35mm front and back by using some PI sports springs. So it's really improved the handling of the car as well. Very, very happy the way it handles. I know those old springs must have been shot because I used to go over some sort of potholes and it used to sort of send like vibrations through the car. It was an absolute nightmare. And these sports springs, since I've had these put on, that's no longer the issue. So they definitely needed to be replaced. Really, really happy with the way the car looks now externally. Also bought some Shadowline trim off eBay, put that on, very clean and tidy, done a great job on that, so happy with that. So externally wise, those have been the main things that I've done. Obviously I am looking to have the M Sport bumper on the rear with a little spoiler, obviously M Sport bumper on the front, and I'm probably going to have the resonator deleted, the Y resonator deleted off the exhaust to give it a bit more of a throaty tone. So they will be done in due course, but there's no real rush on those anymore. You know, they can be done in due course. I'm in no particular rush to have that done, maybe in the next 6 months or so. I'll just quickly show you what I've done on the inside of the car, which is really where the main changes have taken place. And it's been little stupid stuff really in the majority of cases. The first thing is a door sill. The old door sill had a huge split down it here. Also had some huge chunks taken out of it down here. Spoke to BMW, they wanted £75, so forget that. I picked this one off eBay. The thing is, because this car is a certain age, you don't often find any now that are actually in pretty good condition. So I was quite lucky to find this, but £9 posted was a pretty good steal, I'd say. So I was very happy with that. Also upgraded the seats. Managed to put in some sport seats. The old ones were very hard to the touch, and they were very shiny. They'd obviously not been looked after very well. So I picked these ones off eBay for 110 quid, and the condition is amazing, really amazing. There's no wear on the bolsters. Very, very happy, and I'm actually managed to sell my old set for what now, about £55. So really this upgrade for the sports seats cost me 55 quid. And actually putting these sports seats in is actually, or putting any seats in, is actually really, really straightforward. I was quite worried actually about how to do it, but actually it was really, really straightforward and very, very easy. Once you disconnect the battery, it's a pretty straightforward job. Now the old seats, that I actually bought these seats without any of the seatbelt pretensioners or any of the electrics on it, so they stripped them off their seats when they sold them to me. So I had to transfer all of my electrics from my old seats onto these, but really it was really straightforward, very, very easy to do. I'd recommend it. It's a really easy upgrade to make. Other little things that have been done on the interior, I don't know if you can see actually, but had a pixelation issue here. Took it to a repair service and they did a great job as to back to how it should be. Other little things that I've done, I've replaced this little tray here as well. My original tray had some very light marks and I couldn't live with that, so I rang up BMW asking for a quote on one of these as well. £75 they wanted for that little tray. So I managed to pick one up off eBay for about 15 quid. In great condition. So also gives you an opportunity to take all of this off and clean behind everything and clean between the gaps here, so it's nice and clean at the moment. So we've had door seal, pixelation issue, the tray. Okay, well let's move to the back of the car. Let's just do the audio setup, because as you know I was looking to buy a Dice Media bridge for this car, but I thought, why put the Dice Media bridge in just yet when the sound system is so poor on this car? Let's upgrade that first. Now this car doesn't come with DSP, so I got a company to install a sub for me in the back. The amp is actually attached to the back of the sub. They kept all of the wiring towards the back of the car, so they tapped into the rear speaker wires. So there's no wires trailing from the front of the car to the rear of the car. Obviously they've earthed it just behind the bulkhead, and they've managed to keep all the wires nice and clustered together, so there's not wires sort of spread out all over the place. They did a really neat and professional job. Now what that led to was when I actually got the springs replaced in this car, to save time and to actually, you know, for my own benefit really, I didn't want to have the guys in the garage taking out the seats and the rear deck and sort of, you know, chucking them around the garage. I decided to actually take them out myself. So once I removed the seats and the rear deck, it allowed me to look at what the speakers are in this car, what they're like, and they're really poor. They're 5¼ inch, 25 watt, paper coned speakers. So it was a great opportunity to do an upgrade on that. So I put in 180 watt, 5¼ inch speakers in the front. I also did the same to the front as well. So I took the door panels off and replaced those speakers because they're the same. They're kind of 25 watt speakers in the front of the car. And that's given a nice balanced sound now. So now, because whereas before the sub was just overwhelming the sound of the other speakers, now it's a lot more balanced, which I'm really, really happy about. So that's a good little upgrade to make. I'd probably recommend everybody does that actually. It's kind of so cheap and so quick and so easy to do. It's worth doing. And that leads me on to the Dice Media Bridge, which I managed to pick up off eBay for about 110 quid off a guy in the States, and that included duty and tax and everything and delivery. Now the thing is with the Dice Media Bridge is some people have said it's great and some people have said it's shite. So I decided to bite the bullet and just buy one anyway because it's such a reasonable price. I thought I can't go too far wrong. And in principle, it is brilliant. You know, the way you've got full access and control on the steering wheel to all of your songs, it's amazing. The one problem that I had though was there was like an audible buzzing sound, and there was two areas where that happens. Where the actual text scrolls across the screen, that was causing interference. But then there was also a sound that you get, like a buzzing sound. So when one song finishes and another one starts, that kind of space of sort of 4 or 5 seconds of silence, there's like a really noticeable audible buzzing sound. I mean, this obviously drove me insane. It was just driving me crazy. It was ruining the whole experience, to be honest. So I was just about to get ready to launch the Dice unit over the fence, but I thought I'd kind of do some research and try and find out what the problem was. And after looking online, obviously there was lots of people's theories about what could be the problem, and one guy stipulated that it's probably going to be the Dice cable, because the Dice unit comes with like a 10-foot cable, so it means that you can mount the Dice unit in the front of the car if you wish. So obviously you connect it to your CD changer wires, and obviously use the cable to drag it through the car, and then you can mount the Dice Media Bridge in the glove box, for instance. And he said if you cut that wire down from 10 foot to 6 inches, the problem just goes away. And I thought, look, I've got nothing left to lose. I might as well just do that, give it a try and see if it works. And lo and behold, it solved all of the problems. There's no more chirping sound, there's no more buzzing at all. It's completely resolved the issue. But the one problem in doing that is that your 10-foot cable is now 6 inches long, so you can no longer mount your media bridge in the front of the car. So what I did was where your cables for your CD changer would normally come out here, I managed to turn them back on themselves, feed them back through the trunk. Obviously there's a hole in the bulkhead here, so fed them through the hole in the bulkhead, dragged the cables down, and the cables actually finish about here. Plug those cables into the 6-inch dice cable that I made. That then plugs into the dice media bridge, and the dice media bridge, believe it or not, is actually sitting below the seats. Now there's actually a huge well here, and it's not interfering with the dice media bridge at all. It's sitting there quite happily. So that's where the media bridge is. And like I say, it's solved the issue 100%. It's now a pleasure to use. And basically, just to tell you what else I've done, and obviously the routing of the cables is from here, from the dice media bridge, I've got a USB cable that comes out, and it goes under the trim here. And I think you can just see a little bit of glimpse of the cable here. So it goes under the main seat, under the passenger seat. And then it actually connects into another cable. So it basically finishes off with a 30-pin male connector that is then plugged into a female 30-pin connector that is run through the underside of the seat. And there's a natural break there in the carpet where you can tuck the wire into, and that comes up to, check it out, spec dock. So I really wanted a spec dock for this car to make it look completely kind of professional. They're not cheap, they're about £100 for these things, but the beauty is it's just a fantastic bit of kit. It makes the car look so clean and tidy now. I could have just had a cable and actually put my iPod here and just set it in the actual tray, but I wanted this spec dock, so I purchased one as a bit of a treat for myself. Now I would actually put it in and show you, but I'm actually using my iPod to actually film this clip, so I can't, unfortunately, so you'd have to take my word for it. It looks awesome when it's sat in place there. It looks really, really good. Keeps, obviously, your iPod charged. And the dice media bridge now works like a dream. So I'm really, really happy. So the audio setup's been done. We've got a sub in the back. We've upgraded all the speakers in the car. We've put a spec dock in place. And obviously got the pixelation issue done as well. So that adds a nice little touch as well. So everything is literally back to, yeah, about as clean as it's possible to get, and it's all kind of pretty much done on the interior of this car now. So that's pretty much it, guys. So like I say, bar a few more little things to be done on the externally on this car, for the moment the interior is done. Exterior, a little bit more work, but it's coming along nicely. So anyway, drop any comments on the site, and any questions, and I'll speak to you soon. Cheers guys, thanks, bye.